5100, which is true concerning required maintenance inspections. A 100-hour inspection may be substituted for an annual inspection. B. An annual inspection may be substituted for a 100-hour inspection. C. An annual inspection is required even if a progressive inspection system has been approved. The correct answer is B. This is in accordance with 14 CFR Section 91.409, which states, A. Except as provided in paragraph B of this section, no person may operate a civil aircraft of U.S. registry 1. After maintenance, preventive maintenance, rebuilding, or alteration unless it has been inspected in accordance with Part 43 of this chapter and found to be in condition for safe operation, or 2. After 100 hours of time in service since the last inspection required by paragraph A. 1 of this section, unless it has been inspected within the preceding 10 hours by a certificated mechanic and found to be in condition for safe operation. B. An annual inspection may be substituted for the 100-hour inspection required by paragraph A. 2 of this section. In other words, an aircraft that has been on a schedule of inspection every 100 hours may have its annual inspection done instead. The annual inspection must be done by a certified mechanic and must include a thorough inspection of the aircraft structure, systems, and components. It is important to note that this is a general rule, and there may be exceptions in some cases. For example, the FAA may require an aircraft to have more frequent inspections if it is operated in a harsh environment or if it has been modified in a way that affects its safety. Aircraft owners should consult with the FAA or a certified mechanic to determine if there are any specific requirements that apply to their aircraft. 5101. An ATC transponder is not to be used unless it has been tested, inspected, and found to comply with regulations within the preceding A. 30 days, B. 12 calendar months, C. 24 calendar months. The correct answer is C. According to 14 CFR Section 91.413, no persons may use an ATC transponder that is specified in 91.215 A, 121.345 C, or Section 135.143 C of this chapter unless, within the preceding 24 calendar months, the ATC transponder has been tested and inspected and found to comply with Appendix F of this part. Appendix F of Part 43 of the Federal Aviation Regulations, FAR, specifies the requirements for testing and inspecting ATC transponders. The test and inspection must be conducted by a certificated repair station, a holder of a continuous airworthiness maintenance program, or the manufacturer of the aircraft. The purpose of the 24-month test and inspection requirement is to ensure that ATC transponders are in proper working order and that they comply with the latest regulations. This helps to ensure the safety of flight by providing air traffic controllers with accurate information about aircraft positions and altitudes. 5105. If an ATC transponder installed in an aircraft has not been tested, inspected, and found to comply with regulations within a specified period, what is the limitation on its use? A. Its use is not permitted. B. It may be used when in Class G airspace. C. It may be used for VFR flight only. The correct answer is A. According to 14 CFR Section 91.413, no persons may use an ATC transponder that is specified in 91.215 A, 121.345 C, or Section 135.143 C of this chapter unless, within the preceding 24 calendar months, the ATC transponder has been tested and inspected and found to comply with Appendix F of this part. This means that if an ATC transponder has not been tested and inspected within the preceding 24 calendar months, it is not permitted to be used in any airspace. This includes Class G airspace, which is uncontrolled airspace. The purpose of this regulation is to ensure that ATC transponders are in proper working order and that they comply with the latest regulations. This helps to ensure the safety of flight by providing air traffic controllers with accurate information about aircraft positions and altitudes. It is important to note that there are some exceptions to this regulation. For example, an ATC transponder that has not been tested and inspected within the preceding 24 calendar months may be used for the purpose of flight testing or experimental flight. However, in these cases, the aircraft must be operated in accordance with a special flight permit issued by the FAA. 5534. A transponder will become unserviceable when it is off by more than A. 125 feet, B. 50 feet, C. 20 feet. The correct answer is A. According to the FAA's Advisory Circular AC 91-67A, transponders must be maintained in serviceable condition. A transponder is considered unserviceable when it is off by more than 125 feet. This means that if a transponder is reporting an altitude that is more than 125 feet off from the actual altitude of the aircraft, it is considered unserviceable and must not be used. Transponders are important safety devices that help air traffic controllers to track and identify aircraft. If a transponder is unserviceable, it can pose a safety hazard. Here are some of the consequences of using an unserviceable transponder. Air traffic controllers may not be able to track and identify your aircraft, which could lead to a collision. You may be issued a citation by the FAA. You may be required to ground your aircraft until the transponder is repaired. If you are unsure whether your transponder is serviceable, you should have it inspected by a certified repair station. 5547. You are conducting your pre-flight of an aircraft and notice that the last inspection of the emergency locator transmitter was 11 calendar months ago. You may A. Depart if you get a special flight permit. B. Depart because the ELT is within the inspection requirements. C. Not depart until a new inspection is conducted. The correct answer is B. Within a year of the previous examination, emergency locator transmitters, ELT, must undergo another inspection.